It's bright today, but whether you're just trying to find a place to hide from the kids for a few minutes, guilty as charged, or you're trying to build a place where your chickens can hang out when it's too hot, or you need a house for your goats, the idea of a pallet shack is a popular one. And so let's show you how to build one. Okay, put my bucket down. Looking at these shacks, I mean, they are literally built out of pallets. All I did was take 7 pallets, prop them up, and you can see them right here. I know, you girls are excited, we're out here. Here's 1 pallet, here's 2. So this is a 2x2 wide pallet. And there's 1, 2 there. You will notice that I actually did use more than 7 pallets. I did leave 1 opening for the door for the goats to get in and out. So I actually used like 14 pallets of the regular size and then 2 extra long ones. Let's take a look up at the roof. 1, 2 extra long pallets for the roof. And the reason for that is I wanted to make this thing as cheap as possible. And so here's what you do. There are a lot of businesses that give away pallets for free. You just gotta find them. I found them thanks to a local classifieds website. People just put on there when they've got free pallets to give away, and you go grab them. And so we did. We just loaded up our trailer and grabbed a bunch of free pallets. And the extra long ones weren't a planned thing. They were ones we found. So we're like, great, roof. The only downside to them is that they weren't super stable. So we did have to end up purchasing a couple of extra long, let's see if we can get them in here, 2x4s to shore it up and make so that it's extra stable and it's not going to fall on anybody. The other downside that I didn't think of is that we had to figure out how to angle the roof. So what we did is we took 2 more pallets, one here and here, and cut them in half to serve as a way to anchor the angle, which meant we did have to connect the 2 pallets so it would be stable and safe. The other thing we did is we grabbed extra pallets so that we could take the slats. So we disassembled all the pallets and then used them to line the inside. This way there's just a little bit extra wood space for extra shade. I mean, you'll notice that I'm in here. It is midday and there's shade everywhere. I mean, there's not enough that I can see without squinting, but if I absolutely had to be in here without sunglasses, I'd survive. And I mean, there's plenty of shade in here, plenty of room. We've got food, water, lots of chickens. All right, I can hardly see. Let me put these back on. Okay, so we put out the pallets and we actually used screws. We did screw them together, so we did have to buy the hardware. Screwed them together in place. We tried to make it as level as possible. And I'll show you my very ghetto fabulous awesome, I just found rocks in the yard to make sure that the thing was level. From there we attached the roof, and then we did buy some special roofing material up here. Again, we did try and make sure there'd be plenty of airflow through here. The outside here you can see the original pallet. And then on the inside here, you can see where I took extra boards, extra slats from another pallet and put them on here. Some things that I did that really proved extra useful is leaving those slats, spaces in those slats so that you can attach different feeding mechanisms. I love these 2-bin basins. And then if you get some of the bins that go over the 2x4s, just make sure you leave enough room. I actually didn't leave enough room the first time, so you'll notice that I knocked this slat out and just put it back behind so I had room to slide the bin in. And when we attach these extra slats, I wasn't going to use screws for that because that just seemed like overkill. So for this, I just used a nail gun. And it's held up remarkably well. If you've been watching this channel for a long time, then you'll know that a couple weeks ago we had some hurricane strength winds here in Utah, and we lost a lot of trees. Well, we didn't specifically, but the neighborhood did. We thought we'd lost a kiddie pool, but we actually found that. And this thing didn't move a bit. So I was really, really surprised and pleased with my construction skills. Another thing we did is when we were installing the roof, we noticed that trying to it's got screws that attach it to the roof in various spots. So we noticed that there were a few spots where we had not attached it as well. So what we had to do was get a little creative. Like I said, it looks horrible, but it is sturdy and it's holding up really well. And that's despite 2 goats who regularly use this shack as a scratching post. There have been a few pieces that have come loose that I actually need to put this back in the chicken coop roof, so I'll have to get the ladder out. But just a hammer fixes that up right away, so it's nice. Now, you might have heard a distinct lack of goats in this video, and that's actually some sad news. I think I'm the only person on the history of the earth to have gotten a stress injury from milking goats. So yeah, I injured my hands milking goats, had some tendon issues. Between that and a few other changes to the family situation, where suddenly I'm homeschooling, we decided to rehome the goats for the time being. We've still got the goat shack and the chickens, but now we're homeschooling and we will reevaluate the goat thing in the future. They have been so much fun. The kids are still asking, when are we getting more goats? We love the goats, we miss the goats, but you know, it's important to make sure that you put your family first, and your mental health needs to be okay too. So these chickens are trying to eat me. I think we should get them a snack, so I'll get them that here in just a moment. But before I do get them that snack, I would love it if you guys give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more chicken shenanigans and gardening fun. And let's see, get this. You guys want to say hi? All right. Make my chickens happy. Give the channel a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.